Hi everyone, I'm John. Today I wanted to do a review on the Yonex Vcore Pro HD 97 square inch head. A little bit about myself. I've been playing tennis for about 7 years now. Some in high school, it's scattered among my life. High school, a little bit in college. Never competitive except for in high school. I've just been playing casually for most of my life for fun. A little bit about the racket. Once again, it's the Yonex Vcore Pro HD 97 square inch head. Stiffness is pretty low, it's 59. Rating, swing weight is 326. Length is supposed to be 27. It's a little iffy about 27 inches. I guess I wanted to show you guys what I meant by that. So I have here a head 27 square inch head racket and a Wilson 6195, also a 27 square inch racket. Here, I wanted to show you guys if you guys could see the difference. So the racket itself is the white one on my left hand, my ring finger is touching it. If you can see, it's slightly lower than the two rackets next to it. The longest racket right here is a 27.25 Wilson 95 Ultra Tour. That's once again 27.25. So it looks like it's a little shorter. I've also read a lot of reviews online that people are also experiencing the same issue. However, it might just be how Yonex is doing their stuff. I don't know if it's a QC problem or that's just how the racket is. The racket head is obviously quite different. It's the Yonex style. It's like more, I guess, boxier than your traditional more oval looking racket, like a head racket. You know, it's quite obvious to me, and the feel is very obvious too. Like, it feels so different. You definitely have more room with the head this area for like spin. I feel like the ball doesn't touch I don't frame it as much because there's more room to play with. I mean, it is a 97 square inch head versus the 95. Well, that's about it for that. It's a 20 millimeter beam width. Because of it, you can definitely feel more of the ball, and I don't have issues slicing the ball or targeting locations where I want to hit. Everything else is just me not being as good, honestly. I added a Wilson leather grip. I just prefer leather grip, just better feel on the bevels. I did have some issues getting used to the bevels of Yonex because I usually play with head or Wilson rackets. The string pattern is 18 by 20, giving me a lower launch angle. I think most people will say the same thing. You know, the tighter string pattern, the lower the launch angle. Yep, so once again, I strung it with Yonex Polytour Spin and Ice Coat at 45 pounds, and I quite enjoyed it. It didn't work too well with Ice Coat. It works better with the Yonex Polytour Spin. I definitely like to have a game where I like to use spin when I feel like I need to be a little bit more defensive, back up, kind of thing, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. Reasons why I got the racket, as you already know, it's a softer racket, safer on your arm. I'm a fairly smaller guy. I'm only like 5'9". I'm not like big and bulky like other folks are. Just gotta be safer, you know. Another reason, Yonex quality control. You guys already know they're well known for like their rackets being like maybe 1 or 2 grams off of the same type of racket, which is awesome. I've heard stories Wilson rackets going from like 5 grams, even like I've heard 9 grams off from their other rackets of the same type. Besides that, beautiful looking racket. I love the new colorway. It's pretty awesome. 18 by 20 pattern. I like lower launch angle, more control based racket for sure. So I wanted to go over ground strokes. The way, I think maybe because it's shorter, but it definitely feels a little bit whippier than most rackets I use. I usually use a Wilson 95 Ultra Tour. I like 95 square inch rackets. I don't know, the way they feel through the air, it feels like it's easier to swing. I mean, smaller head, you know, less or more airflow. It's a little whippier. There's more give because it's softer. You can definitely feel the racket bending when you hit the ball. Not a lot, but I'm just coming from a very stiff racket. You can feel it like give a little bit more. I don't know if it affects where it hits the ball, but there was a little bit of getting used to for me, like getting the feeling down of where I want the ball to get placed. Plow through wise, the swing weight was good enough. Definitely didn't have any issues. There's enough plow through for your backhand and your forehand, but I do prefer a little bit more plow through. I definitely like more swing weight, heavier swing weight rackets. The Ultra Pro Tour is like the Wilson Ultra 95 is 340, I believe, swing weight, and 339, and definitely enjoy that a little bit more. So I did add some lead tape to the racket to up the swing weight a little bit. It did definitely help out, but there was just something missing. I never really got used to the bevels, and I kept on messing up where I placed the racket in my hand, like adjusting it to forehand and backhand just because getting the bevels messed up. That's one of the issues, but that's more on me, just getting used to it and how it felt, how it swung. I like the whippiness. I like being able to have easier topspin when necessary. Yeah, great ground strokes overall. Lower launch angle, as you guys already know, just something to get used to. Yeah, ground strokes overall. Let's move on to serves. So with this racket, coming from the Ultra Tour 95, I felt like this racket had easier flat serves because of the tighter pattern. I did have a slight issue getting my kick serves to come out. I couldn't get the feeling down right. It took me, there was a lot of like concentration involved to get the feeling down. Maybe because the way it felt, maybe it was because it was less head heavy. But overall, I think it's because it's just extra whippy, or I'm not sure. I just couldn't get the feeling down. I did get it. I did get my kick serves to come out. It's it was not as easy. I had to like slow it down, and I mean it's a new racket, so yeah, kick serves okay, flat serves amazing. Volleys, oh, it's super easy to maneuver, much easier to maneuver than my old racket. I do play a lot of doubles. I prefer playing singles. Yeah, when I play doubles with this racket, I definitely had a way easier time getting to my targets, especially at the net. No issues there. And also there's enough put away power because it was pretty stable as well. Despite being 20 millimeters, I don't think there was much issue. Overall, who would I recommend this racket to? I think more advanced players, people that probably have a faster swing than I do for sure. A full length fast swing. It'd probably be great for them. Really nice to play with. Pretty soft because, yeah, especially if you have arm issues, I would recommend this for sure. Great QC, quality control from Yonex. I would recommend just because of that too. Similar rackets I've looked into of this type was the Head Prestige MP, the new one, the 2020. It's all red. Similar. I think it's also as thin as well. A lot of people have liked it. I was very curious because the head shape is a little different. It's more closer to what I would prefer. I've also tried the Wilson Ultra 97. I had the same issue. I think it's just the thinner beam rackets that are also 97. I didn't really get used to. Maybe it's a me thing. I just think that these rackets might be good, but I just want more plow through and maybe thicker beams. The Wilson Blade 98 18x20, I'm also considering trying that one out too. I'll let you guys know if I get that one, and I'll post it on a video. Babolat 98 Pure Strike 18x20 Tour, that one was something I was also looking into because I wanted a little bit more plow through as well. Overall, I hope you guys got something out of this video. This is my first time, so I'm a little nervous, but if you guys want to see more, please like the video and subscribe.